Welcome to the Radiance Effect podcast, where the goal is to help you shine from the inside out. I'm your host, Brittany Janelle. Let's get into it. Okay, you guys, I am so excited. Not like I'm not excited for every episode, but this episode, I'm with my friends, and we're hitting y'all up with the singles perspective part 2. Let's get into it. And we have an added guest to this episode, which is going to make it even more fire. Okay, so we're just going to go around and introduce ourselves, starting with Miss Brittany.
Hi, I'm Brittany.
What's going on? My name is Ricky J. Douglas Sr. I go by Ricky J. Douglas Sr. for short.
Hey, how y'all doing? Y'all already know me. My name is Brian. Nice to see y'all again.
And it's Berta.
All right, y'all. So I just want to talk to y'all for a second. So, Brian, I know you weren't a part of the first episode. How are y'all feeling for the second episode?
Oh, I'm excited.
We're excited.
Yeah.
Me
Be
too.
amongst friends,
Yes.
having
Yes.
conversation
Yeah.
We're going deeper.
and
We
conversing.
are.
Yes.
We caught this after dark. It's a little after dark, so we gonna see.
Yeah.
And we did hear y'all advice about adding another male. So we didn't want Ricky to be alone. So we wanted to make sure that Brian came
my
through.
help.
I got your back, big dog. Got your back.
That's it.
I got your back.
All right, y'all. So we are going to go ahead and just dive on in because I know it's going to be a long episode, just like it was before. And we're going to start with our first icebreaker, which is called Rate It. Okay. So for this episode, you have marker boards. And what you're going to do is you're going to rate from a scale of 1 through 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest, based on questions I ask you. Okay. And this is going to be based on specific categories that we're going to be talking about today. Being sex and intimacy, faith, values, and purpose, emotional and mental health, and love reimagined. Okay? Y'all ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah, let's get it.
Okay, wonderful. So the first question, we're just going to dive on in with sex and intimacy.
Let's do it.
So, waiting to have sex until there's emotional safety from a scale of 1 to 10, how important is it? Oh, the big reveal.
I like it.
Like,
All right, let's
bigger
see.
than mine.
Let's
Let me make mine a
what
little
we
bigger.
got? 3, 2, 1. Okay.
No, wait a
Okay.
minute.
It's a little mixture here, but I'm
Mine is loud and
by
clear.
yours.
A 10.
All right, so I'm gonna just let y'all go ahead and start. Brittany, you know what? Since you have the lowest number, let's
Yeah,
go
let's
ahead
go
and
shoot.
start with your advice.
So for me, it's more like it's a little 50-50. Yes, I want the emotional security, but we're going to be honest. Sometimes that's not there. And the physical part just kind of takes over. And yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm 50-50.
Okay, friend. See you. Who's next?
That's me, of course. I got an
Right.
8. So I think that it's just as important. However, I do think nowadays people try to kind of harp on the mental side of things. And with that being said, try to wait longer than what they're willing. Just be honest up front. If you're not interested, that's not something you want to do, then say that. I think we kind of don't want to tell people up front that's not the space that we're in. And then they kind of prolong it and wait. And it's kind of like, be front, honest. Tell me where you at. So I'm kind of in the middle with that. I'm going to go 8 out of 10 on that one.
That's a good one. Bert, you
Well,
made eye contact. Go ahead.
Yes. Well, I'm for sure a 10. I think that it's very important to have emotional safety and stability before you cross that threshold. Of course, like Brittany was saying, sometimes it just gets there. But if I'm cognizant of it, then I would want it to be a 10. It just ain't after dark. So that's enough. So I'm saying, because in order for things to work well, you need to be emotionally safe. Okay.
So,
Okay,
okay,
we're
Ricky,
gonna
I'll
leave
let
that
you go,
alone.
and then I'll add my little 2 cents. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Y'all ready to go viral?
We
Go
ready.
ahead.
Do you,
All
sir?
right. So 10, and the reason is, have you ever been in a position where it's like, it's a meme out there say, hey, if we go there, don't start acting crazy.
Yes.
Oh,
How many times have you went there and then all of a sudden you see certain signs show up, certain emotions show up, certain all of a sudden, what we crying for today? We just had a good day yesterday. Why we what's up? Like that it's a 10 for me. If the emotional safety is not there, I don't feel like we need to cross that bridge. We don't need to cross that bridge.
You know, that's so good because we always talk about soul ties, and breaking a soul tie is so tough. So it's like, I'm in a space now where it's like, let me get to know you, the good, the bad, because sometimes when you take it there, you can't see those red flags. So I'm with you. If I was actually participating, I would have a 10 as well at this point in my life. That's right.
Okay.
Okay. Second one, faith, values, and purpose. Okay. So dating someone with a clear sense of purpose on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is that? I'll read it one more time. Dating someone with a clear sense of purpose on a scale of 1 through 10. Okay.
Oh, now you're racing.
I know.
Yeah. Let
Now
me.
we're racing.
She repeated the question, and I was like,
a
okay.
little flexion.
Say it one more time.
Hey,
Dating someone with a clear sense of purpose on a scale of 1 through 10, how important is that to you?
it's like the teacher that walk by your test and look at your test and then repeat the question. Hey, make sure y'all listening to the question. And you know yours is wrong. Now you gotta,
Ron can see. I had wrote. I'll tell you what I wrote first.
No.
Let me tell you what I wrote first, and then what I wrote.
Okay, go ahead then.
Okay, so at first I did put an 8. Because for me, it's not as important. I do think that when you get in a relationship or a person, they are going to grow, right? So the person is going to grow, so you cannot expect them to already be living in their purpose. But when the question was not, are they living in their purpose? The question was for them to have a sense of purpose. So I need you to not be, you may not be walking in your purpose, but you at least need to know what you're here to do. So that's why I changed it to a 10, y'all, because an 8 and then a 10, because I heard the question again.
Bars out here.
Bars.
All right, let's just go ahead and go around.
Yeah, I'm definitely a 10 as well, especially for men. Like, if a man can't lead you or lead himself, how do you expect him to lead you? So the reality is, I do feel like, especially for the men, you have to have a sense of purpose. And to your point, you might not have to have it all together, but you at least got to have an idea, a blueprint of where you want to go so that you can tell your lady, like, look, I might not have it all, but if you follow me, this is where we're going. So I do feel like purpose or having a sense of purpose is important, especially for a man.
And that's a whole sidebar too, because as a woman, I just had this conversation. Even if you don't know fully the direction, if you can lead me some way, somehow, that's all that a lot of women ask for. And we will help you and push you to be able to get to that purpose and vision.
Yes, ma'am.
So after you saying what you just said, I almost want to change mine. But I'm going to still go with a 10. I'm going to go with a 10, and this is why. I feel like for me, I know my purpose. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. And also, I know I've been in situations where my purpose may not have made other people feel comfortable. So it's easier if you do know your purpose, because I don't want you to have any kind of resentment or whatever just because I'm flowing in my purpose and you're still trying to find things out. A lot of times people can have jealousy in relationships and not even know it. And it's mainly based off of purpose. So
that is interesting, because I know we've had conversations like that with men, and I feel like this is so biased, but I didn't really think or understand that men also experience the same thing, like as far as like jealousy from women, just if you're living out your purpose. So I appreciate you sharing that.
absolutely.
Brittany.
Okay, my turn. So 10 for me, because I'm kind of like what Berta and Brian was saying. For me, if you can tell me the destination, I'm gonna ride with you.
Yeah.
But if we don't know where we're going, what the end goal is, I can't get in that car.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not just gonna be driving until the gas run out because we don't know where we're going. So I need that direction, and I think your purpose is aligned with the direction you have for a relationship.
Yeah. And if we take it a step further too, when we get into marriage, right? And I always say purpose partner.
Oh yes, I like
Yeah.
that.
So it's like, I want to be able to have a partner that we can grow and build together. So if you're not already individually having your own purpose, how can you lead me, guide me when we actually have a union together?
Yeah.
So that's my thoughts on it. Emotional and mental health.
Let's do it.
The fun one.
Y'all know where I'm going.
Oh man, it's so crazy because I have a relationship with all y'all individually, and we talk about this quite a bit when it comes to mental and emotional health. So let's get into it.
Let's get it.
All right. So emotional availability from a scale of 1 to 10. How important is that to you? Tens. Cross. Okay, let me
At
stop.
this point, I might as well not even erase my board no more.
Keep it on up.
Just keep my board the same.
All right, I think we all know, so we might as well just go ahead and reveal it on 3, 2, and 1. What we got?
Hey, I just want to let y'all know somebody be looking at my board. erased it,
Nah,
and
hold
then
on.
and
Now
then made
we
the
cheating.
changes after.
Now-
Look,
now we
she
cheating,
looked
though.
back,
Now we
y'all.
cheating.
She looked back and peeked over at my board. Y'all see she made some
Oh, okay,
changes.
I
She
see.
gave you the corner eyebrow?
Yeah, and then put a
Did
little
I?
exclamation point on it to act like hers was special.
A little
Let y'all know.
different.
Oh, she said
This is
100.
what I had. I had 100.
100.
He looked at mine.
So since we all in agreement, what y'all think? Let's just talk about it.
Ooh, for me, emotional availability is important because if I can't connect with you emotionally, we're not going to develop into anything that's going to last. If you are going to shut down and not express your feelings towards me, and I can't do the same thing towards you, that means we're not safe with each other. So if we're not safe and comfortable, we're not going to last. So.
I agree.
I definitely agree.
Any other additions to that?
Yeah, I agree too, but I'm gonna put my own little spin on that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree in the facet of it. Kind of goes back to the purpose question, right? So if you're emotionally available, you're able to tell your person sometimes like, "Hey, babe, I had an idea where we were going, but life has changed, and now I want to redirect." And you being okay to let her know, like, "Hey, like we about to make some changes," and feel safe in that, because a lot of men have the fear of letting the woman know, also know, "Hey, things have changed. This purpose has changed. This where we were going, we are no longer going there." And feeling comfortable enough to have a woman that's going to stand beside you during those times where it's like, "Hey, babe, like I thought we was going straight, but we're going to bust this left. And I just need you to ride with me." So I think it also goes hand in hand with your purpose question as well.
It does. That's really good. Come on, male's perspective.
Come on.
Couldn't
Two
steal
of them now.
Couldn't steal that, could you?
He said could still.
So it's for sure a 10 for me. If we not in the emotional space, that means we just in the physical space, and eventually that's gonna wear out. So
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I feel like for me, I got to a point where I was like, I just want something deeper than just the physical, right? Because y'all, we recorded an episode recently, so y'all gonna have to make sure y'all tune into that. But you said something like the physical goes away. And when the physical goes away, like, what do you have? Right. And to share my own experience, I've dated individuals who weren't emotionally available. And I've said it before, and that's very, very traumatizing because I'm in the space in which I'm emotionally in tune and available, but they're not. So I'm giving, and I'm getting breadcrumbs. And it's like, why do I allow myself to stay in that space? And the thing that I previously said is, what was it about me that was allowing myself to be with somebody who wasn't emotionally available? And that was a space I realized that I personally had to heal.
Yeah.
So, we are.
That's
It's
good.
gonna get there. It's gonna get there. All right. So, love reimagined. Last category.
Yeah, don't look over here.
don't y'all be cheating.
Yeah, look.
Y'all turn your backs towards each other.
Yeah.
Right. So this one, friendship as the foundation of a romantic relationship. From a scale of 1 through 10, how important is that to you? Why I feel like you're doing something petty over there.
He is.
Making
I
sure.
just felt it.
I'm
Just
making
making
sure.
sure.
I'm looking back.
Don't they say one guy's in the back of their head? I don't trust you.
All right. 3, 2, 1. A 10.
Yeah, 2 exclamation points
Wow,
this
now
time.
y'all getting a little jazzy
Really?
with it. Y'all getting a little jazzy.
Yes,
with it.
yes.
Okay, we'll switch it up this time. We'll let one of the guys go first.
Go ahead, Ricky.
So I give it a 10.
A 10.
Reason why I say I don't know. I feel like when things go sour with the relationship, because it will, having a good friendship with that person is what always can save the relationship. I mean, because at the end of the day, like that's your best friend. That's your person you always want to come home and talk to. So even when things do go wrong, it's like, nah, we need to make this right. So yeah, I feel like that's always something that you should definitely build a solid relationship off of, and you got to like really stand on that.
You know, that's really good because in one of my prior relationships, I feel like I was hurt even more because I was in one relationship where I felt like we're actually friends, but how I was treated was at the end was not a friend, right? And that hurt even more because I saw him in a different light. But at the same time, the love was deeper based on how I cared for him. So it's like when you think about growing and evolving with somebody, you need to be able to have that foundation of a friendship because otherwise it's like, what are you doing? Right? Like, how can you be able to fight through things and work through things if you don't have that foundation?
I like that. So for me, it's a 10 because talking to older couples, they always say, the looks are gonna go away. You're not gonna always like the person. So if you can have that foundation of a friendship, you can work through anything. So even on the days I wake up and I'm like, oh, I can't stand you. But at the end of the day, they're still my best friend. And I know I'm coming home to you. I know I can vent to you, even if I don't like you.
Yeah.
So I think we gotta
Yes.
all have that.
You do.
And for me, I always say, not to get too biblical, but the word says that a friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for a time of adversity. And so that's why I call you my friends. Like, y'all are my friends because whether it's good, whether it's bad, we love, and we are there. And so, you'd be like, bro, sis, that's fine. I have some bros and some sis, but they're a friend truly loves at all times. So just like Ricky was saying, when it doesn't go well, because there will be times that it will not go well, I need that foundation. If we hit ground zero, I need to know that ground zero is still friendship. So we can build that back up.
Come on, because you better know that word too.
Yeah, I'm gonna know the word.
Yes.
I'm gonna know the word.
Yes.
The only thing I can really add to that is like I look at friendship as the foundation of your house that you build, right? I feel like when you're in relationships, if you look at a relationship to equivalent of a house, when most people they want to jump to having sex and all the things, you basically put a furnished house in place, but you didn't ever do no real work. You didn't go and pull out all that furniture in there, and that's where I say the friendship is. The friendship is doing the work, getting to know the person that you're with. Because also, when you have those hard times and those tough conversations, it's kind of easier because you know as a friend how that person is. You know, as a friend, if they get like, I'm from up north, so we tend to get a little bit rowdy when we talk and a little aggressive. My friends know, hey, I'm not going to take that no type of way because that's just kind of how he is when he has fun and all the things. But someone who might not know me, who might not be from up north, might look at it like, oh, he got attitude problem. He's aggressive. So I say in relationship standpoint, knowing your friend, knowing that your lover is your friend, it really allows you a choice and a space to really be who you want to be. And I think that's what we all are looking for is like when we come home and no one sees us, women, they don't see you with the makeup on. Men, your hair, you ain't cut it and, it needs a haircut, all the things that come with that. It's like you guys can go ahead and laugh and create jokes about each other. Y'all can have fun with the things that everybody else feels is flaws and issues. Being a friend is, I feel, the center foundation for any relationship, personally.
Okay, so I have a follow-up question for the men specifically.
Yeah.
Right? So if we think of men, not just think of, right? Naturally, men are pursuers. How are you able to set the foundation, the tone of pursuing a woman, but also trying to understand who they are and them as a friend?
Yeah. Well, you want to go first? What do you want me to?
I feel like, and this is just me waiting on that opportunity because we still single out here.
He's like, let it be
And
known.
available.
Just
Go
saying.
on, put your Instagram right
Not
there.
that anybody
So
was
that's
looking,
great.
but just if anybody was concerned, so I'm still single. But I just feel like in the moment of not even knowing everything about that person, I feel like you'll know. I feel like when you come across the right person, you'll just know. I've like throughout so many weddings that I've recorded, I hear so many men be like, I just knew. Like, yeah, of course we had to have that conversation, but through the conversation, through just knowing like the mutual things that we found interest in, I felt that it was something deeper than just what we thought we found interest in. So sometimes it's like I feel like we all are pursuing, but in real time you'll just know. You'll know, and you can back me up if you feel the same way. You'll know when it's time to keep pursuing, and you'll know when it's time to fall back.
Really?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because honestly, just like women want us to pursue, right? It's almost like a catch-22. Y'all also have to be in the place to be pursued. So we're doing all the work to trying to get you, and we realize like you're not answering the phone calls. You're not really showing that much interest. I'm doing all the things to try to reach out and talk to you and get to know you. And if you're not giving that energy back, for most men, it's like, all right, well, I'm going to bail out, or there's somebody else already in the picture. And so I agree with what Ricky is saying as well. It's like it is to a point where However, that goes back to living in your purpose as well, right? So you have to be okay with saying, look, that ain't the person. And I'm okay with taking that L. I think we get so wrapped up in what people look like on paper that we're just like, I'm just going to try. It looked good, got the job, he smelled good, he worked out. And then next thing you know, y'all are in a marriage or in a relationship, and you're like, who's this person that I married? And I've also heard that from people that are in relationships, where it's like they didn't take the time. They were so quick to be in love and so quick to see what it looked like on paper that now that they're married, they didn't do none of the footwork we talk about of building the friendship and truly getting to know their person. They got married still in honeymoon land. And then they realized, oh, this ain't who I thought it was. So there is I would say a catch-22 to the marriage concept as well, where, you wait you didn't do the work. You got to do that work up front. And I think we get stuck on what people look like on the outside instead of worrying about, can that person really be my equal?
Oh, hold on. Okay, so all I can say, no, first let me take a moment to affirm the males, right? Y'all know how I feel about y'all, but just to publicly say this, like, I'm so proud of y'all, and I really appreciate you guys, because even with talking to men, I understand how challenging it can be to just be open in this way, especially on the public platform. So thank you for taking the time to be on this episode.
Absolutely.
And to just like express yourself, because it means a lot, and I know y'all are helping people.
Of course.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna do it for nobody else but you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. All right, y'all. So that was just the icebreaker. And if you hear how this dialogue, it's about to turn up. It really is. And I just wanted to say, if you wanted to weigh in on any of the things that were just answered for rated, please do so in the comments, okay? So on to the fun part, which is let's get into it. Okay, y'all. So for this portion of it, the categories that we just discussed, which was sex and intimacy, faith, values, and purpose, emotional and mental health, and love reimagined. So what I'm going to do, to not be biased, I'm going to pull some from this bowl here, which is going to select the category. Now, y'all have already sent in questions that you thought really stood out to you that you wanted to ask, but y'all don't know each other's questions. So that's the little twist. Okay, so y'all ready to get into it?
Let's get into
All right,
it.
on to the fun part. Let's see.
Let's see how this goes.
See which first category we have.
Don't be peeking over here.
Oh,
Look.
all right, y'all. So whoever had emotional and mental health, let's get into it.
Didn't I just tell
You did.
I chose.
You said that.
Oh, so we both? So two people have it?
go ahead.
Yeah,
You
y'all
go
both
first.
have it.
Go, Britt.
All right. So when something triggers you in a relationship, how do you know whether your reaction is coming from old wounds? And how do you share that hurt in a healthy way instead of shutting down or lashing out?
That's a good question.
Well, I'm gonna
Britt.
start with that if that's okay. I think for me, the first question I would ask myself is did the person know, and did I tell them? Did I equip them to understand what my triggers and trauma was up front? I think a lot of us, we don't say those things are triggers up front, and then we don't say it until it happens, and then we lash out based on our past, our trauma, the things that a whole nother man and or woman had put on us. So the first question I would always ask myself is did I equip this person? Did I let them know, like, hey, this is what bothers me. These are my triggers. These are the things that will really irk me. And this is how, if this happens, you move my head out of this space. And once you answer those questions, if you've never told them, I think that's the time where you actually do the teaching. You talk to them about the trauma that you went through and say, like, hey, this is something I'm still working through. And with that being said, this is what I need from you. Have a good reason or a good answer to how they can work through you with your trauma. That's my answer.
Wow.
That's great.
Can I add to that?
Yeah, come on, Rick.
I also want to say make sure you create the space for it. I think we talked about this last episode. So for that man, if he tells you that, hey, this is something that I have a problem with, even if it's from past relationships, you have to be mature enough to not, hold that against him. Because a lot of times people will use that against you, like, oh, well, you just feel like this your last relationship. You still need to heal from your last relationship. Like,
Oh, that's
I mean,
good.
We talked about that.
in reality,
Good.
maybe I do still need to heal from my last relationship, but I thought I did because I was single. Now that I'm in a relationship, certain things, certain emotions, I'm having to revisit. So, yes, I feel like everybody still does have baggage from their last relationship that they have to deal with, and you usually don't encounter it until you encounter that partner again.
Oh, that's so
Well,
good.
that's so good, Ricky. That is. Because just like if you get a cut or something on your hand and it's fresh, right? Just like with the breakup, it's fresh. So when you put a little alcohol on it or something, it burns. It's like, but then you put a little Band-Aid on it or something. Next thing you know, you thought it healed. And you try to go wash your hands and something, it burns again. You're like, uh-oh, it's not fully healed. So that's exactly what you're saying about I won't know until I actually get like get into their relationship. So I agree with that for sure. And so it's kind of like, hey, I need that patience. I need that space. I need that time for you to be patient with me in that space. Yeah.
I like that.
Wow. That's really good. Honestly, one thing that I learned about myself too is because I used to kind of overcompensate when it came to communicating my trauma. And I had to heal and learn from that because I would just kind of like emotionally dump, like, oh, this has happened to me, all these things, and I'm attracting the wrong energies. What I'm trying to say essentially is you have to be discerning even when you're talking to people about your trauma because you also don't know who's going to then use that trauma against you at a later point.
No, that's good too.
So that's good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So mine's a two-part, right? So it's kind of connected. So mine's is a little similar. It says, how do you know when you've truly healed versus when you've just learned how to function while still carrying unaddressed wounds? And how does that show up in the way you date or choose your partner? So now we're talking from Ricky's standpoint. You are single now. How does that now show up? How do you go about looking for your next partner, knowing the traumas that your ex has put on you? How does that help or hinder your next partner as you look for them or they find you?
That's good. It is good because at the same time you could be picking just based off of that, right? So you could have
What
a
you
lot of
know.
bias. Yeah, just what you know, like I saw that already or something like that. And yeah. So that is a good question. So come
I
on,
would
Ricky,
love
help
some
us
good
out.
answers.
Yeah. Look,
So once again, you guys, my name is Ricky J. Douglas Sr. I'm
and he's
also
still single.
I'm also
Just in
single,
case
Yes,
just to
I
let you
know.
he's
guys know.
available.
But also, I do want to add this in. If I feel like you're not mature enough to handle certain conversations, it's no use of us even like crossing that path. You know, because like for me, I know some things that I discuss and talk about are going to be some things that you may not be able to stomach or handle. You know, I was a firefighter for 9 years, so it's some stuff I've seen that has nothing to do with a relationship, but I have to trust that you'll be able to take those things and know how to nurture them. Because if not, like, yeah, it's certain sides of me that would show out that could look like, oh, you have problems, you have issues, you have this, you have that. Like, nah, like you haven't seen the part of me that had to pull somebody out of a car because they were doing something they had no business doing, and I'm advising you something, and then you don't listen, so I get upset. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's certain stuff that you have to really take heed to and make sure, like, hey, can you handle the wounds that I would even openly show you?
Oh.
That's
Like,
good.
are you gonna be able to look at this cut and promise that you're not gonna make an identical one?
All right.
Because I don't have an issue with showing, but when I show you, you have to cover it.
Ricky J. Douglas, y'all.
Yeah.
He's
And
single,
I'm
by the way.
single.
No. We need to make sure we add the senior, right?
Oh, senior, can't forget the senior.
Yeah, we got to add the
What,
senior.
what
Yeah.
you said is so powerful. And for me personally, I remember I used to try to like withhold some of my trauma because I would think that people are going to look at me like I'm crazy. Because based on the cuts that you mentioned, and I'm thinking like, no pun intended, Brittany cuts. Can you actually
Nice.
handle the load and the weight that like I've been under, right? Are you going to judge me? Are you going to start treating me differently? Are you going to call me crazy based on my own experiences? So that's so powerful.
But in reality, if you feel that way, it's because they haven't created a safe space, and no,
Yeah.
the space is not safe for you to open up. So
Yeah.
don't.
Exactly.
And we're going
You-
back to that friendship.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now let's having a whole session up here.
A whole
Hold on.
one.
And that's kind of what I was gonna get into. It's the friendship. So if I know I've just got out of something that was very traumatic, I shouldn't be looking to get into something else like immediately. If anything, I need to develop a friendship with someone, get to know them, so that way they can understand like, oh dang, this girl has really been through X, Y, and Z, and then that's how I'll be able to determine if that's somebody I should pursue a relationship with or not. So
That's really good because you and I have talked about that as far as like rushing to other relationships because I feel like a lot of times people will get out of a relationship and just cling to somebody else to not address the wounds or the trauma from that breakup. And that's so important to make sure that you have time to heal through the stuff that you just went through, or even the emotional load of saying, oh my gosh, I was just with this person. They're not there anymore.
and
How do I handle that?
I'm guilty of that. So I've gotten out of relationships, and to get over that person, like, oh, I need to talk
The
to somebody
rebound.
else. Yeah, essentially, yes. But I learned that if I don't take time to heal, I'm bringing all of that baggage into something new, and that person, the rebound person, they don't deserve that.
They don't. Yeah.
So
But I would
Now,
also go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh no, I was just gonna make light of it. I used to always hear, in order to get over one man, you get under another one. Now don't do that, y'all. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
it's not worth it.
we've matured, but I
Yeah,
do
we're
agree. I've heard that
relevant.
before.
That ain't in the Bible.
That-
That's just what we heard. Though.
yeah,
That's what we heard.
that's what we had heard with our
You
ears.
know.
We ain't do it with our own eyes. You know, that's
I do it. I
you
do
know,
it.
you know.
But I think also to kind of jump on what Ricky said earlier about you didn't know, like when you were single, you thought you were healed. And reality is, what does healing look like to you? Because you also have to leave that relationship and truly heal. Being alone isn't healing. And I want people to understand, like, just because you're out of a relationship and you're self-isolating and you're staying to yourself and, you're spending money on yourself and spending time with yourself, those are all great, but are you doing the work? Are you going to therapy? Are you trying to figure out what you learned from your past relationship? Whatever trauma that is, are you learning, okay, to your point about the cut, are you learning, okay, now that I got a cut, let me teach my partner how to bandage it up, my next partner.
Yes.
So it's also doing the work as well while you're single to make sure that when you are in a relationship, you are looking at this next person with both eyes wide open, not just one half open, and then looking at somebody in your past and saying, this is what I'm used to, so I'm just going to navigate to somebody that looks like my ex, acts like my ex, because that's what I'm used to. That means you didn't do the work to fix yourself.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
just want to
That's
tag on that.
powerful.
That is.
And you and I talked about that again. Y'all need to tune into this mental health episode that we had. But it's so powerful because I feel like a lot of times we're not willing to sit with ourselves and to really just see all the areas of us that are not healed. And to also be able to be mature enough to say, I know this relationship went left, but I may have actually been a person who added to the demise of my relationship. That's where you have a lot of maturity to be able to look at yourself and to be able to say, I need to heal in these areas. I need to grow before I even get into this next relationship, because otherwise I'm going to keep repeating the pattern that I don't want to go to.
And I think healing is synonymous with forgiveness.
Yeah.
So if you're still harboring unforgiveness, that's a wound that you're carrying with you. So I use the analogy of a backpack. And if you have all of this unforgiveness, it's like carrying bricks around. So once you start forgiving yourself and your ex and whomever hurts you, you start taking them bricks out. It's lighter to walk around life.
Yes, absolutely.
Good.
Yep.
Lady.
You gonna hurt
your
Yeah. Dragging all them bags.
I'm playing with y'all. We just need to, y'all, it's so funny. I'm going to say this real quick and I'm going to keep it moving because I know we're on time. But y'all are hilarious because I've hung out with all y'all and we literally just be like, why don't we just pull up a phone right now? Like, let's just go live.
Yeah. We're going live right now.
We
right
really
now.
good. We really good. Okay. Let's see. Which one is it? Ooh, that was a little double one. Let's try again. Hold on. Faith and values.
Oh, that's me.
Who got this one?
Okay, so my question is, what was the moment that pushed your faith to its breaking point, and what did it uncover about the values you truly live by? So have you ever had a moment that just pushed you so far that it questioned everything, and at that point, what did it uncover about your values that you truly live by?
I don't mind jumping in for this one. And I'm not going to cry. I know you already thought it, but like, I'm not going to cry.
And we can get you
So-
Some water.
Right. So this is season 2. So hopefully y'all have been listening on my story. But for me personally, where my faith was challenged is to understand that I was abstinent and abstaining to get married to somebody who was being unfaithful to me. Right. That was the time that I hit rock bottom and I was at my lowest because I was like, oh my gosh, I did things a certain way just to be betrayed in this way. And my faith was so low. I was so insecure. I had all these doubts. I had all this anxiety. I was fully depressed and I didn't even realize it. And dang, I feel like it's about to happen. But to even sit here now, right, and to look at the beauty of it is this whole episode, my book was birthed out of something that was so painful, right? So that's when my faith was challenged because I had people praying for me and me praying to myself, me praying to God for myself and saying, I'm going to get through this when it hurt me so bad.
Oh, friend, thank you for sharing that. So for you, I see that it uncovered that you're resilient, that you are who God says you are, and that you are stronger than what you really think, right? And so now you walk around in that, and we're all here at the Radiance Effect podcast by Brittany who?
Janelle.
Yeah, exactly. Because of all of that pressure that turned into diamonds, right? So thank you for sharing that.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we're not getting too emotional, but for me, it was the loss of my mom. That was the biggest turning point in my life. I stopped believing in God. I stopped going to church because in my mind, you took her. She was like an angel on earth. So I'm like, you're not real. So what I learned from that though is not only am I resilient, I'm strong. I can bounce back from adversity. I learned that, even though she's not physically here with me, she's still here with me in spirit. And a lot of things she taught me. So she taught faith was the foundation of our family. We were always in church. I've been serving in the church since I was in middle school because of her. So a lot of those lessons, that's kind of what helped me get back to my faith.
Thank you, Brittany.
Why
Thank
do I
you
not
for
have Kleenex?
Oh, we
Thank you
got
for
some.
We
sharing.
got
Don't
some
Oh, you
for
got
you.
some.
You
You
know,
snuck it over.
after you said you might not need it, we got some for
one
you.
of the men want to chime in on my question.
I would definitely say for me, I hit rock bottom after I actually got out the military. Most men, they tend to wrap themselves up in their career. And once I lost my career, I felt like I lost everything. I lost my purpose. I forgot who I was as a man. I felt like people didn't look at me the same. Wearing the military uniform is like Superman. And I felt like I was just sitting in a room full of kryptonite and I could not turn into Superman no more without the uniform. I didn't know who I was without the uniform. I didn't know, I wasn't confident with women. I wasn't confident with myself because at this point, I now lost the thought of being a provider. So now it's like when I meet women, it's like, oh, like you don't have a job, you don't know what you want to do, you don't have no purpose on where you want to go. Because I thought I was going to do 20 years and that was my purpose. So I say that was the part for me where I hit rock bottom the most, was realizing like you can't allow your career to define who you are. You literally have to sometimes look in the mirror and allow God to show you the person that you were built to be and let that person motivate you to get you another bag, to get you in the next room, to put you in the space of the person you're supposed to be with. You have to walk in those steps and allow him to guide you in those steps and realize you can't do it alone. And there was a point in time when I got out the military, I felt like I didn't need him. I could do it alone. I got the career. I got the money. I'm looking good. I'm working out. I got all the things. And when he took it away from me, he was like, yeah, now we're alone. I've taken everything, the friendships, the relationships, the job, the money. Now what do you have? Me. I had to go find him.
That's deep. Yes,
So-
that is
Thank you
deep.
for sharing that.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Literally the same, bro.
Yeah.
Literally the same. As I was saying earlier, so I was a firefighter for 9 years. And I got to a space where I was in my own city, serving my own community, but I wasn't happy. I didn't feel fulfilled. And out of nowhere, I have this urge to move to Houston. To do what? I don't know. I just know I'm a creative. I know I create things. I know I can tell a story through visual things, through video, through pictures. And it was a struggle. I literally gave all of that up. I left behind friends, I left behind family. I was in a relationship, got out of the relationship. I was literally stripped of everything while I was out here in Houston. I was 6 months out here without a job. And for some people, like, some people see, oh yeah, you really stepped out on faith. And some people be like, oh no, what's wrong with you? You left a career
Yeah.
to come out here and do what? And you don't know how? In the biggest city that you can find? You know. But I knew God was telling me, if you don't do it now, it's never gonna happen. And I did. And it was a struggle. I literally made a vow to God that if I have to lose everything, if I have to sleep inside of my car to find out what my purpose is, the reason why you brought me here to Houston, so be it. I'm ready to lose it all. I made a vow that tomorrow I may not even know where my next meal coming from. But I don't care. I'm here now. I'm here now. Time moves forward. I started working. And even just now, beginning of this year, positions that I applied for when I first moved out here and couldn't get. Now someone's on the phone with me at the beginning of this year who's over a creative network. Hey, we want you to be the chief creative officer for our company.
All right.
We saw that.
And again,
So
that's
it's
who.
like it's yeah. So that like that broke me, but also it made me.
Wow.
Ooh,
I just
that's
want to
good.
say, everyone. No, you didn't share, Berta.
No, but it was my question.
Okay,
so it's
so
okay.
okay.
Yeah.
I just want to take a moment and just say thank y'all so much for sharing, because when I hear your stories and when I know it at a deeper level, I hear that it involved a lot of isolation, involved having to let go of old ways and mindsets and patterns to get to a place of full surrender, right? And it's like, I look at people, you about to have your doctorate, girl. We got business owners up here, attorneys, like all the things, right? And it's like, you can hear a title and not fully understand that we've been through hell.
Yes.
Right? We've literally been trying in a place in which we're trying to figure it out at our lowest point, at our breaking point, not feeling like we can make it through, but here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Yes. And God did it in a way that we all came together. So it's like every little piece of the puzzle works out, because I also was in the military for 14 years. And so I definitely understand when you take off the uniform, it's like, okay, now what? Because you do get consumed in your career. So, yeah, that's a very good question. I was like, I need a little help with that, you know? So
That was
thank
really good. Thank you for asking that.
So I got my question. I don't move too fast. I see you about to go on the Vulcan. Let me get my question out before you go on the bowl.
Oh, you do?
Okay, so how do you discern whether you're generally honoring your faith and values in dating versus compromising them out of loneliness, fear of waiting, or the pressure of not being alone?
That's good, especially about fear
Yeah,
of waiting.
and that was without ChatGPT. Yeah. Yeah.
Bars.
Yeah.
Hey, the
Drop
mic,
the
the mic on the stand, but just push it over
Yeah.
like you drop the mic.
I think if you're uncomfortable in that situation, then that's how you know. Because if God brought you to that relationship,
Right.
He's not going to put you in a space that you're going to be uncomfortable. It's not going to be chaotic. It's not going to be dramatic. It's going to be something that's just going to flow naturally. And if it doesn't, then that you may want to rethink, like, okay, is this from God, or is this, oh, I just want this relationship because I'm by myself and I don't want to be alone anymore. And when you're in your alone time, you should write down the things that you want in a partner. And if that person doesn't exhibit those things, then you know that's not the person you're supposed to be with. You just filling a void or scratching an itch.
So based off that, your thought, do you feel like someone can also learn though? So let's say they don't have the skills that you're asking for that are on that paper, but they're willing. Or, you know, no one ever taught them. There are a lot of men and women who no one ever came in their life to teach.
Yeah.
So do you think there's also a way where God had put you in their life not to discard them because they don't meet you, but to build them up because maybe that is the person that they see, the values that they have inside of them, that might be your connection. So do you feel like that could be a thing too?
I agree, but the person has to be willing and open to grow. If they're not receptive to what I'm saying I need,
Right.
it's no point of me putting more energy into that. But if you are that person that's saying, hey, yeah, I don't know how to be the person you need me to be, but I'm willing to learn. Oh, hands down, I'm gonna give you that opportunity.
That's good. Yep.
That's really good.
Can I say this also? I'm realizing, and this is me putting myself on the cross. I'm realizing in this season, after dating so many times, I've been the person to be like, okay, I need this, and then God make that happen, and I'd be like, nah, that ain't it.
Oh, that's good.
Then be like, okay, nah, she gotta have this
Self-sabotage.
trait. She gotta be able to come help me do this, do that. She gotta know this, and then she come, and I'd be like, nah, that ain't it. And I'm starting to discover that I know what I desire, but somebody else knows what I need.
I was just gonna say, but it's not what I need.
Come on, Ricky, man.
Now
Come
that's
on, that
bars.
boy.
Now you push that mic over.
You
push that mic over.
all the way, all the way.
I done made that question harder. Come on, Ricky.
There's something I discovered, because I mean I know a lot of times like we can make that list long, it's all out those
Front and back.
He knows.
Front and back.
He knows,
He knows
what we need.
So
Wow.
you know, I think for me, once what I need comes into the picture, that's when it becomes easy.
Yeah.
It flows. It you know, hey, like yeah, we have completely different upbringings. Like we have completely different occupations, but it still flows.
Wow. All right. So sex and intimacy.
Oh.
All right, that's me again.
Oh, you want to? Go ahead.
Let's let
All
Ricky
right.
go. 'Cause you
Okay,
haven't
go,
asked
Ricky,
the
go.
You show rock,
Yes,
paper,
go
scissors.
ahead.
Come on, that's
Oh,
right.
no, Ricky. Repeat the question.
Okay.
Hey, all right.
Like me.
So, my question is, when it comes to dating, does intimacy create sexual desire, or does desire have to exist before intimacy can work?
Ooh.
Mm.
Oh, Wait a minute.
Ask that one more time.
Yeah.
Okay.
One time.
When it comes to dating, does intimacy create sexual desire, or does desire have to exist before intimacy can work?
That's a 2-part.
So for me, desire has to be there. There's a lot of men and women that I'm sure we can all go outside and say they're attractive, right? But I mean, there's a lot of attractive people, but that don't mean I want you. So I feel like I got to have that initial desire where when I am talking to you, you making me not worry about nobody else. All I can think about is what's coming out your mouth. There could be a beautiful girl right here, and the things that you telling me, I'm not even paying attention to her because I'm focused on you. So I would say definitely, like, I need that desire up front because anybody could look good on the outside, but like we've talked about, what's the inside look like? And you won't know until you start having those questions and you kind of feel that person out. So I need that desire first. I need to have a conversation with you. And I'm like, yo, oh no, it's that mind up there that got me.
Yeah.
Not, that body, the body crazy, but it's that mind.
Yeah,
That mind that got me.
Yeah.
You know, because again, like looks can fade, but can you pour into me mentally? Can you have sex with me in my head,
Yes.
mentally,
Yes.
without physically touching me?
Yes. All
That's
right
so
now.
important.
What time is it?
Because when we think about desire, right? A lot of people, like you said, they just, make it the same as like how physical someone is. And I'm putting all my business out there, but y'all know my previous relationship. It was hard for me to desire him in that way because I didn't emotionally have that connection, right? So it's like if I'm not able to emotionally connect with you, how can I desire you in a different way? And that involves the friendship, that involves purpose and alignment, and all the other categories that we talked about today.
Yes, I agree. Yes, so the desire has to be there, and then the intimacy. Yes, because I need to, like Brian was saying, when I walk in the room, all I want to see is you. Like I could see a bunch of people, and I think I said that last time. But yeah, you're the only one that like I be like, okay,
Where you at?
where you at? What you doing? So yeah, I think that's very important as well.
Yeah. But I think, so for me, visually, I have to desire you, like you said, looking across the room, like, oh, okay. And then I get to know you on a more intimate level. So once that physical desire is there, then I get to know you to see if it's even worth it. Because like you said, if you can't get me here, you ain't unlocking nothing else. So you may look good on paper, but if you can't stimulate me mentally, then
Keep it moving.
keep it moving.
Yeah.
That was a good
That's
question, Ricky.
good.
Yes, I do have one as well on sex, intimacy, and closeness. Okay, so what did the world teach you to want sexually, and how have those desires wounded or shaped your relationships in the past?
We gonna let Ricky go first. We gonna let Ricky go first
So
on
do we
that.
have a part 3?
No.
We're gonna let Ricky
Yeah,
take
what did
that.
the world tell
Okay.
you won't?
Listen, let me sip my tea to this.
Y'all,
Come on.
y'all ain't hear me, but I said, do we have a part 3? Because we
We
just
definitely
be
need a
going.
part
We
3
just be going.
already.
But go ahead.
I would definitely say, I mean, the world always teach you, the nice body, the flat stomach, the nice size breast, the booty, all the things. Like, you want the athletic looking woman. You want those things. But what I also realize is nowadays you can buy that. So once you buy that now, what compares you to the difference between a natural body woman and a woman who can buy it? Now y'all all look the same. So now what separates you? You know what I mean? If y'all all look the same, what separates you? It's more than just now, oh, she got a big butt. Like, yeah, I want you to have a big butt. But reality is, beyond the big butt that, you may have bought or you worked out in the gym, what else do you have to offer?
Correct.
Because I do believe now, especially as we look on social media, sex sells even more now. Women are half naked talking about, I'm on social media doing this for me. Ma'am, no, you're not. You are not posting that way
Let's
for
be
you,
real.
boo. So it's like, reality is, it's like, yes, men want the woman that all the other men want. Men want to walk in a room and know that other dudes are looking at their woman, not in a way of like, oh, you about to approach her because that's going to be a problem, but more so a way of like,
that's you?
Yeah, that's you. That's
me.
that's your girl.
Right
Like,
there.
every man earns to have
Yeah,
that.
you see it.
So it's like you
A
want
little
it,
dap up.
but it has to be more than just, the physical and the facet of big butt and breast. Like, what else do you have to offer? Because nowadays, that's what everybody has. So you have to give more than just that. You could be sexy without showing off your body, ladies.
Absolutely.
And that's coming from a man. I might tap once or twice. You might catch a heart from me. But would I want to marry you? Like, would I want to take you home? Like, that's not something, yeah, it's good to look at you online or how people say fantasize about things that they see online. But when it comes down to who I want to put in front of my mother, who do I want to raise my children, that ain't what I need, as a partner. So I look past the factor of now the physical bodies that we see so much of and now try to figure out what's going on up top. So
Okay.
that's
All
my
right,
thought.
Ricky.
Come on,
Hey,
man.
mic drop.
Yes.
Yeah, I took a
Come on,
page from
Ricky,
Ricky's
follow
book.
up.
That's in Ricky's book, chapter 5. So
Get into
I'm
it.
waiting on Ricky though. Come on.
So mine is just quick. The world taught me that she got to have knees like Meg.
Wait a minute.
That's what the world has taught me.
saying.
That's what the world. I mean, that's true.
Okay,
That's what the
now
world
so
taught me.
after the world taught you that, how has that wounded or shaped you? Now, when you find a girl that got them knees, then what?
That whole getting rid of a phase. Lord Jesus, look, this ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
But nah, like a lot of everything of what Brian is saying is definitely true. It's difficult for us men because we do want that trophy that's standing on the side of us. And like for me, I know my wife gonna be fine because I'm fine. I mean, she gotta be fine.
No,
I'm just
all right.
saying, like it just works together, And if I treat myself and look at myself that way, I expect for her to do the same thing. So it's hard when you out here with a bunch of city girls looking for a queen. You know what I'm saying? Because could you be that person? Yeah, but you too carried away in what the world is looking at and what the world says. So
Go ahead.
That's
I want
good.
to add to that. So, like Brian, what you were saying, like sometimes you'll tap and make it that heart from you, but from somebody who may be interested in you, on Instagram, you can see the people
what you like.
follow, what they've liked. That may turn a woman off.
Mhm.
Like, oh, that's what he like, and that could be potentially your person.
Right.
So, why do you give attention to things that you wouldn't pursue?
That's good, Brittany.
No, that's a great
All right
question.
now.
So let me throw this right back at you. That goes back to healing and knowing your person as well, right? So reality is, like I'm not blind, just like you're not blind. I know that you're gonna walk by and see some man, you probably thinking, "Dang, girl, he fine." Like I'm bald, so you might want a man with some locks. You know what I'm saying? So I understand. You know what I'm saying? But reality is, it's also knowing your person to know that they're human as well. I can still love on you and love everything about you and still heart something I saw online. That doesn't mean that I love you any less or that I don't want to build with you or that we don't have that locked in foundation. And that goes back to the friendship. That goes back to knowing who your person is. And also having those conversations to say, hey, baby, that bothers me. Because now that I know that that's a problem for you, that you don't like that, I'm going to stop doing that because your thoughts are more important to me than me hearting some girl that probably I'm never going to slide in her DM or talk to her. So it's about having that conversation as well. I'm not saying what you're saying is invalid because you are correct. Like, what is the point of heart in that when you have something there? However, I also think there should be a conversation to say, hey, babe, like, if that is a problem, then I won't do it. Because for me, I don't per se care about social. So if I even saw my girl liking some guy, it is what it is. You have two eyes. And I know that there are men out here that may fit your more physical build of what you're looking for. But I'm also, to Ricky's point, knowing what I look like in my confidence to know I'm not worried about what you like on Instagram because I know where you coming home every night.
All right.
No.
So
That is so powerful. And to kind of play back on what you said, too, because I know we've had conversations like this. Jasmine Sullivan has a song called A Girl Like Me.
Oh, that's my song.
And it's so powerful because being in this space, when you're upholding yourself as a certain type of woman, and you can see what a lot of males go after. You're like, well, do I need to change?
Yes. Do I need to take off my queen? Because you were saying city girls over queens. Okay, so if you're acting like a queen or not acting like, but you are a queen and you carry yourself as such, and then you see the city girls out here winning, you start thinking like, well, what's wrong with me?
Let's be honest though. What is winning? How are they winning?
No, you're very right about that.
Because they not winning.
They not. You're
They
right.
look like they winning now because they in their 20s, but once they get 50, holler back at them and see what they doing.
Yeah. No, that's good.
And that could also be some things that you're working on internally too, because you're internalizing what your body looks like, and you're looking at the city girl, and you're like, she has to be winning because they sitting up like they supposed to be sitting up, and that booty fat, and I had a kid or two, and mine don't sit like it used to. So you have that issue as well. Not to cut you off, Rick. Go ahead. Finish.
I was gonna double back on that too.
Yeah.
I ain't finna try to sit here and compete with Michael B. Jordan. Because if he walk in here with his shirt off right now, y'all gonna be, What podcast?
And you're right about that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But because y'all are giving him that attention, which is the same thing as giving a like.
Mm.
It is the same. The same thing of liking a picture. It's the same thing of looking at this man and dang, what I would do to him. It's the same lust.
Wow.
So
that's good.
am I finna go and try to get in the gym day in and day out because Michael B. Jordan walked in here and that's who y'all giving y'all attention to?
Or he buying up aquariums like he did, and everybody was like, "My man, if you ain't buying up aquarium, then I don't want that energy." I'm not doing that. I'm not emptying out no aquarium.
I got some help here.
Hey, they bought that aquarium. Everybody on social. If you not in the aquarium, I don't want you. If you ain't buying up the aquarium, well,
Okay, real quick, because
Buy
I
a
had the
fish
second
tank.
part of this. Okay.
Go ahead.
Do you feel pressure to perform rather than to connect?
And what we talking about now?
Wait, we still on sex,
after
intimacy,
dark?
and
Oh,
closeness.
sex. Okay, so ask them one more time.
I ain't
Sorry.
gonna lie.
Where do you-
My connection with you gonna determine my performance.
All right.
So
What was the question?
And that was my question. And
Yeah.
Ricky said that.
if
Okay, I put, do you feel the pressure to perform rather than to connect?
And we're talking about sexual.
yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be real.
We was on sex, intimacy.
If we talking about that solely that, then it's perform because you're not about to go on and text your friends afterwards talking crazy about me. I know y'all in there texting afterwards like, girl, he was fine. And let me tell you, it ain't there. Like, y'all not gonna do me like that. So I'm gonna perform
All right, we done got
in
too
that
hot in
space.
here.
I'm performing first. I'm just being
Okay,
honest.
hold on.
Yeah, we done got deep though. We got deep and came back up and went back.
Hey,
They gonna perform and then connect later.
they respond with the little circle with the line through it.
Yo, like, you ain't about to do
The
me.
little emoji.
Don't
my
answer is
God.
my
It's a
name.
little
Like,
nice
nah.
question that I had at the bottom. Okay,
Y'all,
we done.
I cannot. The fact of the matter is we are unfortunately coming to an end of time, which I'm so excited about because this episode was so fire and
It
I cannot
was.
wait until I don't even know how
when
to
it needed to.
we're gonna do
It-
three.
it
I don't know.
needed
We'll
to.
see what happens. But I'm so grateful for y'all.
Yeah.
And I just appreciate y'all so much because these are conversations that need to be had. And I feel like a lot of times individuals aren't having them because sometimes they're uncomfortable or they're worried about what people are going to say or what they're going to think. But I appreciate y'all for coming and showing up real. And I really hope that y'all take something away from this conversation. And my takeaway is to focus on healing. And when you're in a relationship, communication, friendship is so, so important. Okay. So there's going to be more to the Radiance Effect podcast. It's just going to keep building from here. Just remember to tune in every other Monday at 7 p.m. And y'all might see this crew back. Who knows?
No.
But for now, until next time.
Bye.
Bye.